Like, I mean, fine. Like, she was 23. The boy did enjoy it. That doesn't matter. That's still rape. 17-year-old girl would not be able to defend herself against a 33-year-old dude.
Alright, today we're gonna be reacting to why teachers are clapping students and no one cares. This is by my boy OneCloud9. I don't know him personally. I don't know why I said my boy, but your boy's trying to make it out. So please subscribe, please follow, and let's start the video.
Alright, so Pete, back in high school, I had a fine teacher sophomore year. Like, I mean, fine. Like, she was 23, young. I'm not gonna describe how she looks, but she was very, very attractive. And every guy in my school wanted to get at that. I mean, I was seeing niggas who ain't have a single shot at this girl try to shoot, bro. And look, this teacher was a very respectable woman. She was heavily devoted to God and Christianity. So every single shot that was shot up, she swiftly laughed it off and ignored it. Blocked by James, whatever you want to say. Nothing was gonna happen with that. And she's engaged to a nice 25-year-old man, I assume. He looks pretty old. Not a 16-year-old. That's what we're talking about today. See, for some reason, it's become a trend for these younger teachers that may or may not be attractive. They could be fine, they could be chopped. I've seen the both. To just sleep with their students. And it's weird. Yeah, like, I see it happening more and more. It's like a news story.
Some niggas actually do got motion, so like it works on their teachers and shit, but like, yeah, why are you doing that? Why are you sleeping with your students?
Every single month, and nobody really cares. Matter of fact, people are in the comments congratulating these students for having sex with their teachers, but in all reality, it's rape. Let me show you an example though. I was on Twitter and I seen this post talking about a 33-year-old high school Spanish teacher accused of having sex with a 17-year-old student. Now, first off, if it's gonna be a teacher, for some reason, it's always gonna be the Spanish teacher. I don't know why they so freaky. 33-year-old girl with a 17-year-old boy. That's like a 16-year age gap. That's disgusting. And you would think everybody would be on the same page about how disgusting that is. I mean, she's almost doubled his age. That's weird. Well, you'll be wrong, because if you scroll down into these comments, you'll see replies like this. I don't feel sorry for the 17-year-old kid, because I remember being 17 would have been a dream come true for any kid that age when I was in school. All the
you a freak, bro. Like, actually, you're saying as a 17-year-old kid, you're actually like agreeing your 33-year-old Spanish teacher to have sex with you. That's literally sexual assault and grooming, and yeah, that's a crime, bro. So like, if whether the boy snitched or they just found out, I agree with the boy. The teacher shouldn't have done what she did. So yeah.
Female teachers look like Mrs. Doubtfire. Just say you don't talk to women. What are we talking about? Is that not weird to y'all?
And these niggas are agreeing with the teacher because they're just desperate as hell, bro. Some niggas don't get no pussy, bro. So like, any opportunity, whether it's with the fucking rag, like an animal, bro, niggas would actually jump on that, bro, because they got no motion to get girls and shit. So like, when they see another nigga getting like girls, and even if it's not in the right way, they're like, yo, I wish that was me. That should have been me, bro. Why'd you snitch? Like, yo, you're so desperate, you wish someone committed a crime. Like, literally, what she did was a crime. You're supporting the teacher. That's dumb.
I don't care how much of a fantasy that could have been. That's still, that's weird. And here we finally have a reply with some sense. Having sex when a boy is the victim, rape when a girl is the victim. Must be tough being a boy child in this.
Let him cook.
Having sex when a boy is the victim.
Let this nigga cook.
That's weird. And here we finally have a reply with some sense. Having sex when a boy is the victim. Rape when a girl is the victim.
Alright, bro, this guy actually cooked. Having when a boy is the victim, but it's when a girl is a victim. The R word. That actually, like, let that sink in, bro. Because literally, some niggas cannot dodge this allegations. Because, like, some people are actually incarcerated right now. Meanwhile, they did not commit a crime. They did not do anything. But when it's a boy, though, like, I can't accuse the girl of R-wording me because what? I'm the one with the dick, so she can't rape me?
It must be tough being a boy child in this life. Which is a real tweet, bro. Like, people don't really care when men get raped at all. That's just a big thing in society. We oftentimes think, oh, it's cool, you feel me? Men like they don't care who it is. Bro, if it's a 40-year-old woman trying to have sex with a 15-year-old, that is weird. And honestly, it's just as weird for a 33-year-old to try to have sex with a 17-year-old. I don't care if he's a year off of 18. That's weird. That's a 16-year age gap. The age gap is almost older than this. I will sound odd, but it's really different. When there's a girl, 17-year-old girl will not be able to defend herself against a 33-year-old dude, but a 17-year-old guy is strong enough to defend himself against a 33-year-old.
That's actually dumb, bro. Wait, that's actually dumb. Because it's like you saying, because I like chicken, which I do, you shoving it down my throat, pause, means I would like it, bro. Just because I like chicken doesn't mean when you shove it down my throat, pause, or I eat it, I would like it, bro. I don't want to be killed, like choked to death by chicken. So you saying the kid like had enough strength to push her off of him, doesn't make it justifiable that fact that she still did it. She is old enough and mature enough to realize what I'm doing is wrong. It's a crime. I shouldn't be doing this. So like, shouldn't justify that.
A woman. I believe it or not. I almost had a stroke reading that. First off. Second off, you're just weird. This is not Hub. This is not X videos. This is real life. That is still weird. Even in the case and in the off reality that the boy did enjoy it, that doesn't matter. That's still rape. What are we talking about? And I'm getting so tired of weird, horny, porn-driven, lustful guys congratulating men on getting raped. And if you want to know why I'm going so hard on this topic, I'm going to show you a different case of this same situation happening. Y'all ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
What is this? So Barstow High School teacher arrested accused of sexual relationship with a 16-year-old student. Wait, how old? How old is she?
Not saying that shit now, aren't y'all? Barstow High School teacher arrested accused of sexual relationship with a 16-year-old student. Arrest the 16-year-old too. So it's different when they're ugly, right? Only reason why y'all are congratulating these guys is because the teacher is attractive. And no matter how attractive they are, that teacher is still a pedophile and they should be shamed. Think if the roles were reversed, right? Let's say it's a Michael B. Jordan looking male teacher and a 16-year-old girl. The girlies in the comment section not finna be defending that teacher talking about, well, he's fine, so it doesn't.
True. He's fine, so like it doesn't matter. Or she enjoyed it, so it doesn't matter. Nigga is 30 whatever and she's like a 15-year-old girl. It does not matter whether or not he liked it or she liked it, bro. It matters about the action that's being taken place. Like, it's a crime in general. So, like,
no, they're finna call him a creep and a weirdo. And he is a creep and a weirdo, so he should get that criticism. No matter how attractive that teacher was, she is still a creep and a weirdo. And she's exposing a minor to a lot of sexual activities. Stuff like that turns people into sex addicts. It's a lot of things that go into it, bro. But when the teacher looks like this, you got niggas over here calling the kid blind or... And I get most of these people are just joking, but at the same time, there's truth to every single joke. And at the same time, we shouldn't be joking about. If the roles were reversed, I would be calling for public execution, bro. No act like y'all wouldn't. Nobody cares when boys get raped. They only care when girls do. I've heard so many stories of younger boys getting sexually assaulted, touched, and everything, like pretty much everything you could think of while they were at a very young age.
When I was 9, I got by a guy with Down syndrome.
I saw this clip.
Don't laugh, Brandon. I'm not laughing.
Why'd you laugh?
It's just... it's such a curveball.
I'm going to say it again, and if you smile, I'm going to leave. So when I was 9 years old, every day for a summer.
No, why did he keep on
Every
going
day? You couldn't avoid him? For
every
God's
day
sake.
for
All right,
the
hold
summer
on.
is crazy.
While I don't know anybody who's personally clapped a teacher, I remember this one story of this guy getting assaulted at the age of 5 by his 13-year-old cousin. And the way it impacted him in his future is so heartbreaking and scary that it literally just, it disgusts me. Because one day his cousins was babysitting him when he was like 5 or 6. And they were playing little games, they were playing house and all of that. And then one of the cousins just wanted to experiment, but they didn't have a guy around. So they just used their little cousin. And they proceeded to do all types of weird stuff with the cousin to the point where the boy started crying, calling for his mom, but like they were babysitting him, so the mom wasn't there.
That's some shit that sticks with you your whole life, bro. Literally, if something like this happens to you, it sticks with you your whole life. You can't get that away from you. You're traumatizing the kid. At that time, maybe they enjoyed it. They didn't realize what was happening. But later on in the future, when they do realize, it could traumatize them. So it's not something you should mess around with. Like, he enjoyed it, so like it shouldn't be a problem. Yo, what are you talking about? It's still a crime, though. There are actually people who experience this. Like The Weeknd, for example. He was sexually assaulted too. He had to run away for a weekend. So like, people actually go through this and it affects them. So it shouldn't be like a thing where like he enjoyed it. He's a kid, so he it doesn't matter or something.
Whenever
I
he
don't
would
know.
tell his parents, nobody believed him. So every single time he would go over to his cousin's house, the same process kept on happening. And it affected him so much to the point where when he grew up, he was put into special classes because of the trauma. Because he didn't want to talk, he didn't want to socialize. His
fucked
brain
him
was
up.
just overall messed up. Now look, all of that could have been hereditary, or some of that could have been hereditary for his actual mental weaknesses and all of that, right? But at the same time, I find it very hard to believe that those sexual experiences and that trauma that he suffered when he was a kid didn't have any part to play into it. You don't really talk about the repercussions of having sex at a young age for a boy. And I can tell you firsthand, it really does mess with your brain, because I actually had sex at 12. That's when I lost my virginity. It was to a girl that was much older than me. It wasn't rape. It wasn't any of that. But I'm not finna sit here and act like I wasn't kind of
it wasn't a
pressured into
problem.
doing it. At the same time, I kind of got myself in that situation. It's partly my fault, and I did want to do it once I started
what?
figuring
Kudos to him for like confessing that shit, but because not a lot of niggas wouldn't, like, the way he's advocating for like the student to be like not in trouble is the teacher's fault. Kudos to him for coming out and saying like that shit happened to him too, because like it takes a lot of courage. Yeah.
out what
And
was
the reason people take it so like lightly now is because so many people have had like sexual intercourse at a young age. So like a lot of niggas right now, it's like, oh, that's so common at the age of this. I did that younger than him. Just because your freaky ass did it at a young age does not make it a normal thing or a reasonable thing. That should not be something people are doing.
was finna happen. But at the same time, this was before I even really knew what sex was. She literally had to coach me through it. And I know some of y'all are behind the screens thinking like, yo, that must be the best thing ever. I mean, whatever. No, it's not. And let me tell you why. See, at the time, I thought I was the man. I thought I was that guy. I thought, you feel me? I was like lucky for getting to do it at a young age. But here's the thing. Me having sex at a young age literally corrupted my brain to the point where I thought for several years of my life, the only point of talking to a girl that isn't your friend is for sex. And I genuinely thought this for like 5 years of my life. I'm not finna lie to y'all. And the reason why is because that was really how I got introduced to women. Like, I didn't learn to like women, love them for the beauties and flaws. I just thought about, yo, I kind of want to see that ass clap on my dick. And that's a very, very dangerous trap to fall into, because you stop looking at women as people and more like objects,
Yeah, you
sexual
sexually-
objects, which is even
that
worse.
over sexualizes everything, bro. When you start like watching porn or getting like having at a young age, it really corrupts your brain, and then you over sexualize everything, bro. Like some people over sexualize everything. Your own sister, you can't even look at her the same, bro, because you're over sexualizing it. So yeah, it's not a good thing to have at a young age, though.
From the time that I was 12 till now, I've racked up so many bodies, it really doesn't make sense. I feel like the big problem with why we cheat so much in our society is because we like each other's bodies and not each other's souls. For you to truly be happy with a girl, you have to enjoy her soul, the good and the bad, the pleasant and the unpleasant, not just her body. Just because a girl has a fat ass and a pretty face doesn't mean you need to date her. That's such a horrible mentality. It's crazy, and women do it too. But the reason why we do it is because at a young age, we were exposed to tropes before we were exposed to actual people. And I'm slowly trying to get back to a point where like I don't only value that, but it takes time. But God been working with me. He been
True. Some niggas had a sexual connection before they had an emotional connection. So like that really effed them up.
helping me, so I feel like I'm gonna be straight. Just gotta trust the plan though.
Thank you for that video, bro. Let me read this Bible verse.
But
real quick. Wait. Shit.
me, so I feel like I'm gonna be straight. Just gotta trust the plan though.
Let me read this Bible verse. For I assisted the poor in their need and the orphans who require help. I helped those without hope, and they blessed me, and I caused the widows' hearts to sing for joy. Job 29:12 to 13. Amen.
But besides that, I think that's gonna be it for this
That's
little
gonna be
video.
it for
I'm
me
like,
too, nigga. So thank you if you reached the end of the video, and please show support, bro. Like, please like, follow, subscribe, all of that. And even comment, bro. If you didn't like something in this video, just let me know. If you like something too, you could put it down there. I'm gonna like the comment and react to it. So thank you so much for watching the video, and until next time.